Welcome to this episode of Who Even Is That Commander, where we talk about commanders that no one really uses and explain why you should be using them. Today we're going to talk about Inga and Esika. Now, this is a legendary creature that's blue and green that allows your creatures to tap for 1 mana of any color, but it can only be used for other creatures. So today's deck is going to be a creature strategy. Now, oh boy, we broke it again, Intruder Alarm. It's going to be my big number 1 recommendation for this deck, because as you build your board state, you're using your creatures to tap for more creatures. They untap, and you do it again. It's like abusing Selvala just for the fun of it. Now, I also recommend cards like Kinnan, Prodigy, and Leyline of Abundance. These both allow the creatures to not only, while they're tapping for mana, be there doing that, but also add extra. This just lets you go an extra step further with everything. Now, I also recommend, on top of this, Leyline of Anticipation. This is because this allows you to cast your creatures with flash, so therefore if you have creatures with abilities that you would like to have that don't have flash on the board when things happen, poof, there it is. We also have cards like Murkfiend Liege and Seedborn Muse to help you keep you on the offensive and defensive while you are making all of this creature mana. Now, you would think having all your creatures on tap every turn would be absolutely busted. And you're right, it is. Especially with the Leyline of Anticipation. Now, stuff like Beast Whisperer really come in clutch for this deck, because they make sure that you can keep your hands full while you're going through this cycle. Now, most people are going to say, well, it sounds like if you just mix all these together, you get Tulane. And you're probably right. But I think Inga and Esika is extremely slept on, especially because from all of this, you can also run stuff, like Mystic Snake, because you have counterspells there as creatures. There's plenty of them, so there's at least no shortage of counterspell type creatures, because you have, the Husher along with the Fear of Imposters from Duskmourn that allow you to have those at your disposal. Now, the last thing I am going to mention, I already did, but Selvala, Heart of the Wilds, just because not only can she potentially be a draw engine depending on how you sequence your plays, but she can also get better as the game goes on too, because she's already good as it is. But making her to where you're playing purely almost creatures, why not make it that way? On top of all of this, a personal last recommendation, I would say, would very likely be cards like Avendo, Walking Haven, Growing Rites, Gaea's Cradle, stuff like that, because they're lands that just support your strategy. You're already playing creatures, so why not have lands that also matter for you playing more creatures? That's going to be it today, everybody. Good luck and have fun.